Hey guys, happy Tuesday.
Happy.
Um, so I'm not having the best of days, Joshua. I'm not having the best of days because earlier today I had to do a 2-hour, almost 2-hour live stream where a friend of mine recounted how she was bullied to the point of being emotionally traumatized by the major multi-million dollar anti-woke organization. And the feedback on that has been, I don't understand. What happened? What's wrong? Why are you even talking about this? Why are you making such a big deal? And I've been sitting here going, I don't know. Like, and and I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm not happy right now. I know that we usually try to be upbeat, but I'm sitting here going, like, what is the point of any whistleblower coming forward if they're going to be shit on by the left and shit on by the right and shit on by the anti-CRT people that are supposed to help them, and not be able to earn a living and not be able to do what they really want to do, which is just to live their normal life? Like, what is even the point of anyone speaking up? I don't understand. Like, why would anyone do it? I certainly wouldn't. I absolutely would not speak. I would not write the Trump rally article today that I wrote, a year and a half ago. It just wouldn't happen. There would be absolutely no point and no incentive. There'd be no reason to. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's a battle, and I think people are resistant to like changes. And I mean, it's just a very weird time right now for people to actually see clearly, too, because Mercury just went direct like yesterday. And it's still in its shadow until November 1st. So people aren't seeing things clearly and things can get misconstrued, So I'm hoping that that's, part of the difficulty you're going through right now.
I don't think it is, though. I don't think it is at all. I don't think there's anything misconstrued about someone being so emotionally traumatized that she breaks down crying on the internet and assholes in the comments going, I don't understand. Like, what's the problem? There's nothing. They didn't do anything wrong. Why are you even bothering? And it's like, I mean, I kind of look at these people and, I mean, I studied workplace bullying for a long time,
Mhm.
and it was an incredibly soul-sucking experience. And so in real life, like, I don't wish bullying on anyone, but like what's been going through my head for the past few hours is honestly like, on it, like, if I'm being blunt, and I'm sorry to offend anyone on the right wing in the chat, like, what's really going through my head is all of you right wing assholes deserve to be bullied so that you have some empathy for what that feels like. And these people are putting themselves out there to fight for you, to speak up when most of you are too cowardly to do it, and you shit on them constantly. That's what's going through my head. And it's like, I don't I truly have no idea why anyone would even bother. Like, why? It just makes absolutely no sense to me. And it's like too, it's like people don't want to win. They have no desire to win. They'll listen to Barry Weiss talk about courage and moral courage and how we should all have moral courage when she exercises none herself and is a blatant grifter and one of the most inauthentic people I have ever seen in my life. But let's lift her up on a pedestal because she went on CNN and destroyed Brian Seltzer. While people are actually speaking up, actually risking everything, actually putting their fucking family on the line to speak up and do the right thing and file lawsuits that could set legal precedents, we'll just shit on those people all day, every day. Like, why would anyone speak up in this environment? I don't understand.
Right.
And you have no answer either, which is like, it's honestly like, when you have no answer, I'm like, well, then I must be right.
Yeah,
So
I think it's a very rough time for a lot of people, and we are upon a full moon that is in your sign. And I know you don't think it might have anything to do with it, but it is a full moon in Aries. That means that your energy is at its fullest point, and you're at this breaking point, most likely. Just over it, and probably needing like a release of energy. Because remember, the Aries moon is really really full. Maybe you need to, I don't know, switch gears and focus on something else that allows you to like really just
I
continue to
mean,
express yourself.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm at the point where I just want to shut off all social media and not do any of this anymore. That's where I'm at. because I don't think there's any payoff. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think anything's going to change. I don't think we're going to win. I don't think we have a snowball's chance in hell of winning. Not a snowball's chance in hell. The left is going to win because this is how people are treated when they actually try to do the right thing. And people who are blatantly grifting on everything just to make money and to maintain their status, they're the ones that are lifted up on the pedestal. And we can't ever question them. No. Even when there's blatant evidence of wrongdoing, that doesn't matter. You know, someone says in the chat, truth always wins. I don't think truth always wins. I think who wants to win the most wins. And we do not want to win the most. We are not acting like it in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know how to get people to see, Joshua. I don't know. I feel like I provide mountains of evidence for them, and I walk them through it, and I put a lot of time into putting that evidence together, and they just go like this. They don't want to see it. But they'll scream on Twitter all day, every day about God knows what. I don't know. I don't know what to do to get through to people anymore. I just don't know. And that's kind of like where I'm at. I don't know. I'm sorry. Again, guys, I'm sorry I'm not in a better mood, but I was crying before we got on the air, so this is at least a step up from that.
What do you think? What could people do that would make you feel better?
Actually start acting like they want to win. Actually support the people who are really fighting for them. Supporting the people who are going out of their way to do the right thing. Start having their back. That would be a really good start. Because right now, if someone speaks up, they get no support. They get no help. They get shit on by everyone. They get called a grifter every single day. They have their names dragged through the mud. They're slandered. They're used. They're manipulated by organizations that are trying to fundraise so that the people leading those organizations or on the board of directors of those organizations are filling their own pockets and not taking care of the people who put them there. That's what I would like. I would like for people to start stepping up and doing the fucking right thing. That's what I would like. Okay. But I don't see that happening. Like, I just don't.
So your guest today, somebody said in the chat that she was gaslit by the commenters. Is that?
Oh yeah, she was blatantly gaslit. Yes, of course she was. Of course she was. But people are shitting on her instead of the people who actually gaslit her, instead of the people who emotionally manipulated her. She turns out to be the villain in this. She was the fucking victim in this.
What did they do to her?
They emotionally manipulated her and used her.
Oh.
To build up their fledgling organization, in my opinion. It is textbook goddamn bullying. It is textbook. And no one wants to acknowledge it because, oh God, we can't speak ill of Barry Weiss and Fair. So you get what you get. You get nothing. It's like, no, they don't have me. I'm this close.
No, I mean, you wound up sticking up for the girl who was bullied.
Yeah, some good that did me. I get shit on for that. I've been shit on for the last week that I've been talking about this. So why should I? Like, why? I don't know. I do not understand the point anymore. Maybe can we pull cards on this somehow?
Yeah. Well, what's the question that you have?
I have no idea. What is the point of any of this?
Oh, okay. Let's see. And tell me when I should. Give me a second. And tell me when I should stop shuffling.
Stop.
Okay, let's see. What is the point of any of this?
I should say there are people in the chat who have done the right thing. There's just not enough people doing the right thing. The collective will ultimately decide. And the collective have decided they don't give a shit, in my opinion.
Well, the Temperance Card, this is about, expanding and growing, and this is publishing and broadcasting. It's sort of like experiencing yourself all around the world, right? Your voice, your ideology, your beliefs. That's a big part of this. This card's ruled by Sagittarius. And it's really about finding the right combination of things to make one well or happy. But I think in the grander scheme of things, it's really about allowing the even flow of energy from you, no matter what it is that you're feeling. If you're upset or mad or whatever, you're just letting it flow. And, as somebody said in the comments, you can lead a horse to water, but they didn't say what I say. I say you can lead a horse to water, but
it doesn't make it a duck.
It doesn't make it a duck. Then you have the Death card. So this is really about, it's about extremes. Like you need to, with the Death card, you need to pick a side. Like death is really clear in terms of boundaries, right? You're either dead or you're alive. And with the Death card, it's a matter of creating a real strong demarcation line between what it is that you believe and what it is that you don't believe. You know what I mean? Like the more you allow yourself to really clarify and define that line, that's going to be sort of the point, so people know where they stand. And then finally, with Nine of Discs, in the interim, I think for you in particular, this is love of work made visible. So it's about, doing what you can do, enjoying your work as much as possible. And I think there's a strong independence aspect with this card, right? So it's very much about staying in your lane and allowing yourself to know that you're doing your part, and that the right people sooner or later are probably going to get on board with you. And even if they don't, with the Nine of Discs or Pentacles, it doesn't really matter. Like this chick, at the end of the day, she's not looking at and seeing like, oh, how did I do? Did I win this or did I win that? Or do I have these comments or that comment? She's, at the end of the day, she doesn't bother, because it makes no sense to her to determine what's been won or what's been lost when she's won it all. She's like, you love this card. It's, it's a woman taking a leisurely stroll through the garden of her estate. And she is very, very independent and really doesn't need other people. So it's sort of like, because this is such a taxing thing, I think it's really more a matter of saying, knowing that you yourself are doing your part, and everybody else, they can get on board or not. But I think as soon as we try to elicit a response or a reaction from other people, it becomes very taxing, because we can't control them. You know what I mean?
It's not even about that though. It's that, it doesn't matter. It does not matter if I, as one person, focus all of my energy in one direction. If the vast majority of people don't want to change anything, then nothing is going to change. If the vast majority of people get up every day and just want to fight, then nothing is going to change. If the vast majority of people just want influencers that are spouting their talking points, regardless of whether or not it's actually doing anything, then nothing is going to change. If the vast majority of people just want to be entertained by all of this, then nothing is going to change. And I don't like wasting my energy. I don't like wasting my efforts. I don't like putting myself out there for people who don't appreciate it at all in any way. And that's where I'm at. And again, I'm not saying everyone, because there are a lot of people in the chat who I know you appreciate it, and there's a lot of people in the chat who are doing the right thing. It's just that there's not enough of us. There's just not. The collective wants what it wants. And I don't necessarily think that there's much that we can do about it when it's just like overwhelmingly in the other direction.
Right.
So
yeah, I do think that, it's sort of like, it's about staying out of the results, because I mean, that's what's going to get you down. It's like, I think that, you're doing your part, and at the end of the day, you should feel good about yourself irrespective. It's almost like, like going on a diet and doing everything right, counting your calories and working out, and the scale's not changing, the scale's not changing, the scale's not changing, because we're keeping score too quickly. It's like, when people are dieting, if they weigh themselves every day, it's just a bad idea because your weight, fluctuates. And right now in the cosmos, obviously, we have all these planets that have just turned direct. Mercury is still slow, so it might be too soon to take score. I mean, you're a very logical person, so you know that right now, like, the needle is not moving at all in the way that you would like it to move. But at a certain point, with that dieting example, you stay off the scale and you keep doing your thing and showing up every day, then sooner or later, boom, you're going to be like, oh, okay, here's the result. But I think that with so many things, for all of us, if we keep our head out of the results and essentially go with what has heart and meaning, like, that's winning. Because otherwise, if you keep focusing on the results and what people are doing or they're not doing, it is just going to wear you out.
But Joshua, if we can't establish a baseline of sticking up for people who have been blatantly bullied by inauthentic grifters, there's just really not much more to talk about. If we can't establish that as a baseline, again, I don't, and I promise, guys, we're going to do your questions in a second, I promise, but like, if I can't get people on board with, like, don't bully people who have put their lives on the line to do the right fucking thing, if we can't get around that idea, then how the hell is anything else supposed to happen? Like, people think bullying's okay. People think bullying's, well, she wasn't actually physically hurt. Where's our violence, Curlin? Like, okay, now I see. Now I see that people really don't give a shit at all. And this was all just theater. All of it.
Well, you also, though, you have a background. You studied workplace bullying. You understand it. So I wonder if in some respects, like, what is irritating you is just the ignorance, the lack of information that a lot of these people have. You know what I mean?
What's irritating me is the lack of gratitude and fucking human empathy that these people have.
But there are a few people who are showing gratitude and empathy.
Yes.
Yeah, like, if we can focus on that, then that's going to grow. Like, I think it, like, especially when you're on the internet, you could get literally 100 really positive comments and then one comment that is negative. And I think it's just human nature. We zoom in on the negative, but that just creates more of an issue. But if I think,
well, that's all fine, well and good, Joshua. But on the stream I did today, there haven't been 100 positive comments. There have been 100 negative comments and maybe one positive comment, and that's the problem. That's the problem.
I totally get it, but energetically, right? If you could focus and zone in, and I'm not saying it's easy, but focus and zone in on keeping your eyes on the prize, as somebody said in the comments, then the more you focus and enjoy that one comment out of the hundreds that are lousy, you're going to see more of those, because it's all coming from you. And I think that, as you know, what we resist persists. And the more that we put our focus and our attention on things, the more out of whack it gets, the more difficult it gets, It's not worth it, these internet trolls, you know what I mean? I think what's worth it.
They're not trolls, though. This is not your average troll. These are, like, real people who just don't give a fuck. And it's just like, I feel like that's the point that everyone's been pushed to, is they just don't give a fuck anymore. And I'm at that point too. Again, like, I am at that point. I'm at that point where I'm like, okay, this is what you guys want? Fucking have at it. Have at it. I don't need to be involved anymore.
Well, maybe there's going to be other subjects that you take on. They're going to have less resistance, for you as things are coming up, Yeah,
maybe. Well, I do see you guys sending in super chats and words of encouragement, and I do appreciate it. We'll see how it goes. I promise I'll try to have a better attitude. I've been complaining for 20 minutes now, so we should probably start the show and actually do what the show is. But thank you guys for humoring me. I don't know. You want to do the intro? I don't know.
I'm gonna try to do the intro.
You
Only
do
this
the
time,
intro.
though.
You do the
next week
intro.
because I don't do the intro nearly as well.
I'm in a bad mood. You have to place me.
Okay. Welcome to Nothing Remotely Controversial. In this show, Carolyn talks about the news and whatever else she wants, and Joshua, that's me, who's a professional psychic, uses his psychic, tarot card, and astrology prowess to peer beneath the surface to find out what is really going on.
Well done, Joshua. You should probably do the intro every week.
No, I can't do this every week. I'm terrible at it. I can't do it. But next week you have to do it because you just have a much better voice and can do a much better job.
Next week, the only thing on my YouTube channel will be this show, and that's it because I'm quitting everything else.
Oh, no, don't say that. What will they do?
I don't know.
They'll be very upset.
I don't know. All right, guys. Well, we do take your super chats. If you have questions you want Joshua to psychic on the show. Again, I have seen a lot of super chats coming in that are words of encouragement, and I do appreciate that. But our real job here is not to listen to me complain on the internet. It is to psychic what is going on in the world. So if you have a question you want Joshua to psychic, please send it in. That you can decide the amount of the super chat. That's up to you. We just ask that it be a high level question. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know, Joshua. What's a high level question? I don't know.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. On the plane last night, though, I got to tell you.
Oh, yeah?
It's so funny. The only time I watch Don Lemon is when I'm on an airplane.
Why would you watch Don Lemon?
And actually, I wasn't even watching it from my seat because you know how like they have it.
Oh, you were watching someone else's seat. Okay.
I couldn't help it. It was like a train wreck. Yeah, him and it's really interesting though. CNN, like Chris Cuomo.
Yeah, Cuomo,
and him. They were like, they're so peaceful, and he's like, I love you, and he's like, I love you. They were talking about like, I mean, it was sweet. Like, I'm not giving them like flack. It was just very, very interesting because I don't think you'd ever hear like Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity being like, yeah, I love you, man. I love you, man. I was like, I thought it was great though. Like, that's brotherly love. Great.
It's not real. It's not real. It's inauthentic grifting. It's exactly what I'm talking about. It's not real.
Because they were talking about Colin Powell, who had passed. I do want to know what you think about Colin Powell. Apparently, like this guy was like everything to everyone. Like everybody loved this guy. Were you a big fan as well?
No, because Colin Powell's lies were what started the war in Iraq that killed a lot of people that didn't need to die. So,
which he also admitted, he said that's a blot on his reputation.
Well, it's a pretty big goddamn blot. That is a pretty big blot.
Was it 100% his fault?
Yes. He lied to the UN. He
About
lied.
Iraqi missiles or something?
Yes. Weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
He lied blatantly.
Well, he was misinformed. So
he lied that he had one goddamn job. Lied. No, I do not mourn the loss of Colin Powell. I'm sorry, I don't care. I do not care. Do not care. Horrible human being who cost a lot of people their lives. Don't care.
Well, that is so great to say on a show called Nothing Remotely Controversial.
Well, you know, you've already established that I'm in a pissy mood. So let's just like, if anyone else has any questions about what I really think about anything, tonight is a perfect night to ask.
So, okay, let me tell you this, just to give you the update. CNN was, Don Lemon was really, really upset last night because Colin Powell passes away. And he was judging Fox because Fox immediately said, but he was vaccinated and he still died of COVID. And then Don Lemon wound up saying, oh, yeah, he had this issue, and that's why he did it. But essentially, Don Lemon was upset that the Fox News reported that he was vaxxed and he still got COVID. And he thought that it was very in poor taste and was like, he lacked class and all of this stuff.
Oh, for fuck's sake. They've been celebrating the deaths of people for months. They've been they celebrate the deaths of people. They're like, woman who is unvaccinated goes on ventilator. It's like they've been selling this shit for months.
Well,
Now
maybe
Don Lemon's like, have a little bit of class. Fuck you, Don Lemon.
yeah.
Someone can clip that. You can make a clip of me just saying, fuck you, Don Lemon. All right, Joshua, want to take some super chats?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, Starry RZ says 2 questions. 1, will the Democrats succeed with their plan to flip Texas blue?
And tell me when I should stop shuffling.
Stop.
Whew, interesting question. Let's see. Ace of Cups, Hangman, disappointment. Absolutely not.
Okay, well, that's, I suppose, good news. That's good news. Okay, second question. Can we psychic where Brian Laundrie is hiding?
Isn't he dead? Don't you think he's dead?
Well, you psychically, you thought he was dead. He had no life force at all.
That was just a few weeks ago. I haven't really gone into his energy.
I mean, maybe he's come back to life, Joshua. Maybe he's a zombie.
It could
Can
be.
you psychic zombies? Can you read the energy of zombies?
I don't know. Say, what's his face, though? Brian
Laundrie. I don't know his last name. I don't know. I'm not following this at all. I don't really care.
I mean, energy is so subdued. If he's not dead, I'd be surprised if he's not injured.
Probably dead. You said he was dead last time.
So we want to know where the hell Brian Laundrie is, right?
Where is he?
And say his name for me.
Stop.
Where's Brian Laundrie? Judgment, the moon, death.
Well, you did get the death card. You literally got the death card.
Literally. I don't know. My feeling is that like, I'm not good with missing persons cases, or else I'd be doing that.
Mm-hmm. You do like true crime, though.
I love true crime. Maybe it's a block, because maybe I should be into missing persons cases. I just feel like it's a little bit intense.
You got the death card, Joshua. That seems to be pretty clear to me.
I think that if somebody really pushed me, I'd say that he's incapacitated, right? With the moon card, this is like drugs, alcohol, and I think death. If I was pushed, I'd say that he killed himself, but suffered a very long time. Almost like he tried to kill himself, but didn't get the job completely done. So
well, a little bit morbid, Joshua. Thank you for this elaboration.
That's my guess. I think drugs and alcohol were involved, and I think with the death card, yeah, I'd be very surprised if he's alive, but we shall see.
All right. Let's see. Armani V says, will the proposed OSHA mandate requiring 100+ employees actually happen? Knots in stomach. Joshua, this is in reference to the jab. Maybe that's why I'm cranky, because I got the jab yesterday. Maybe that's why I'm cranky.
I think that might have to do with it.
Also because Barry Weiss is an inauthentic grifter bitch.
Oh. Very possibly. What's our question, though?
There is a question. The question is, will the proposed OSHA mandate requiring 100+ employees actually happen?
This is a mandate by whom?
Armani V.
Oh, no, a mandate.
Oh,
He's not doing
mandate.
the mandate.
No, the jab. The Biden jab mandate.
And it's for OSHA? Who is it?
OSHA is like the governmental organization that would be, like, I guess, overseeing this.
Okay, so will the OSHA jab or the OSHA mandate get passed for 100 who?
Will the Biden 100-person company mandate vax fucking thing go into effect?
Okay. Sorry, guys. It's Mercury retrograde still, or it's slow. I'm not as quick. Tomorrow, though. Whoa!
Tomorrow will be a whole other ballgame. Too bad our show's not until next Tuesday again.
It's really true. So there's a Biden OSHA mandate, and this guy Armani, hi Armani. Oops, cards fell.
God damn it!
So we want to know If this new OSHA mandate,
If the Biden mandate to require companies with over 100 employees to get everyone vaccinated, will it actually happen?
what is the fate of that mandate? What is the fate? And tell me when I should stop shuffling.
Stop.
Swiftness, victory, the Fool. Interesting. I would be surprised if it gets passed. I think with the Fool card, I think that things are a little bit up in the air, but I'd be surprised if it gets passed. So that's like every single company that has over 100 employees, they're trying to force the vax. I don't think it's going to happen. I'd be very surprised.
Well, that would
Do you think it's going to?
I think it's going to. I think they're going to. I mean, companies are already firing people over this stuff. Yeah, I think it's going to. I think regardless of whether or not it's an official OSHA thing, it's going to anyway because companies are literally already firing people over this.
But will there be a mandate though?
Well, there is.
For over 100. So, but
yeah.
So if you have over 100 employees in your org, they're requiring the vax?
Yes.
Oh my God. So what's the mandate have to do with? If it's already required.
Well, that's what it is. It's going into effect.
Oh. I would be surprised if it stays in effect then with the Fool card. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think some companies are going to be able to get away with it. I mean, they also have the opportunity to do weekly testing, don't they?
No. Vaccination only. Or you get fired.
Yeah. I would be surprised if a law gets passed in which they don't have the option. Because what about people with health or religious issues?
It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Fun times, fun world we live in. All right, continuing on the subject of vaccination, and remember to always refer to the CDC for all your vaccination-related questions because we don't know shit. Cold Summer 91 says, will Novavax become available in the U.S. soon?
What's the fit of Novavax soon? Novavax become available soon. And I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Novavax become available soon. Page of Cups, Ace of Wands, Chariot. I think so. Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that'll make some people happy.
I think so. Very much so. Yeah.
All right. Ventress Bruma said, will the writs of mandamus that have been filed in almost all 50 states against mandates be successful? I have no idea what this is. The writs of mandamus. I don't know what this is. Someone explain this to me. The writs of mandamus that have been filed in almost all 50 states against the mandates, will they be successful?
Can you put it on the screen?
I can't because it's already flown off.
Oh, all right.
In StreamYard.
I see. Okay.
Here, I'll type it into the chat. I'll type it in so you guys can see.
Okay.
Writs of mandamus.
Okay, so will this be passed?
Yeah, well, will they be successful? I just don't know what they are.
Well, essentially what it does is it prevents there being a mandate.
I have no idea.
So will
it says against the mandate, so I'm taking the super chat for its word.
Okay, I got to make sure that I know what this is. Okay, okay, good.
Mandamus is an order compelling or directing a lower court or administrative decision maker to perform a mandatory duties correctly. I don't think that gives us any additional information in regards to the vaccine.
When you sue the government without a lawyer. Okay, so I believe the question is, will this writs of mandamus get passed, which prevents the mandating of vaccines? Is that correct?
Sure. Will they be successful?
What is the fate of the writs? Okay. What is the fate of the writs of mandamus? And tell me when to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Okay.
You guys are going to use obscure legal terms in your super chats. Like, so there needs further explanation.
Ace of Swords, Three of Swords. Yeah, that might. I don't think they're going to be successful. That particular writ of mandamus.
Okay.
Habeas
Sorry.
corpus.
Habeas corpus. There you go. Multi-Drider says, is the Facebook whistleblower legit, as in doing it for benevolent reasons? And will this lead to more social media censorship?
The Facebook whistleblower.
The one that's a plant. That blonde woman that's a plant. That's an obvious plant.
Right.
But let's see if she's doing it for benevolent reasons.
Well,
But she's
one
a
look at
plant.
her and you can say that she's not. She's
Okay.
definitely.
So maybe okay.
Well, let's just look.
You're mid shuffle. I'm not going to stop you.
Motivation. Besides the obvious, money.
Fame, blue check Twitter account, even though it was only open last month.
So what's this chick's motivation for Facebook whistleblowing? Okay, so 60 minutes chick. All right. Tell me when I should stop shuffling on her.
Stop.
What's her motivation? King of Wands, the Emperor, Two of Swords. So I think that she's working with a bunch of other people in regard to this. Like, she was sort of pushed to the front, like, okay, you got to do it. You know, I think that there's somebody that's sort of spearheading this, that's above everything. I think with with the Emperor, I think that's her issue, is, really with authority. And I think also with Two of Swords, I think she has an axe to grind. But I think, like I saw previously, I think that she's involved in some kind of collective, like a team or a group of people that are trying to create an issue. But I don't think that Facebook is involved. You know what I mean? Because I think there was speculation of oh, she's a plant within Facebook. I don't think so. I think that she is involved in, working with people who want to align with the government for more control, if that makes sense. And there's a fiery guy who's at the head of the helm.
Well, let's do the next question, because this might provide us some more information. Will the plant whistleblower lead to more social media censorship?
And I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Let's see. Transition, King of Pentacles, the Magician. I think so. I think that money will be involved with King of Pentacles and then with the Magician. So essentially, if they try to, okay, for instance, with that, wasn't it that made Mark Zuckerberg lose billions of dollars in a matter of hours, right?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. So I do think that there will be more stuff because money will be on the line, and I think that they might be actually incurring penalties or fines.
Oh,
which
good.
is completely ridiculous. I mean, the thing is that parents really need to monitor what their kids are watching. Otherwise, hopefully
that's not what they mean. That's not the type of censorship they mean. They mean censoring of political opinion they don't agree with. That's what they mean.
Right. But I think with this this whistleblower, she was talking about how,
it's about censoring conservatives. It's about, why don't we filter out more misinformation? And why doesn't Facebook take a more active role in filtering out misinformation? Well, then who gets to be the arbiter of what's misinformation? Facebook.
Right. But she also wound up speaking out about how Instagram is making young 16-year-old girls cut themselves and whatnot.
We know this. We've known this for years.
Right.
This is not new information.
She is saying, one of the things that she said is that Instagram, well, I guess it's the same thing. They're not doing anything to prevent this harm for young 16-year-old girls, right? So that's a part of it, in addition to the misinformation in terms of government and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's not the type of social media censorship that's going to happen. The type of censorship that's going to happen is more censoring of conservative opinion.
I think if money's on the line, I think what probably will happen with the King of Pentacles and the Magician, they might offer citations or fines, or maybe it's just the matter of the stock will go down, like if they allow that stuff. So I think there's definitely going to be a lot of government. I think
they're already allowing it. This isn't even new. They like Joshua, I can't even go on Facebook anymore. My Facebook page has been restricted since last December because I posted a quote of the New York Times saying it was okay for old people not to get the vaccine because they're old and they're white. Like, I can't even use that website anymore. I'm gonna get banned. Yeah. There's no point.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think they're gonna get fined for censoring conservative opinion. I think that's what they want to do.
Oh, you think that they want to do that?
Yes.
So you don't think the government is making them do that?
No. This is all coming from Facebook. Absolutely not. The government's not making them do that. No. This is coming from Mark Zuckerberg.
What would be the point, though, unless it equates to more dollars for him?
They don't care about that. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't care about money. Mark Zuckerberg is a billionaire. He doesn't need it.
Of course he needs it.
Take $1 billion away from him, he's still a billionaire by like several times over. He doesn't need it. He doesn't think like that.
Oh,
people
I think
that level of wealth don't. I disagree. Well, you censor Facebook is deliberately censoring. You psychic if Facebook is deliberately censoring conservatives right now.
Is Facebook deliberately censoring? What was the question?
Conservatives.
Deliberately censoring conservatives. And tell me when I should stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Okay. Love, 3 of discs, 7 of cups. Yeah, I would say that they are deliberately censoring them.
Exactly.
But we have to look at why that would be, and you always follow
because they don't like their opinions.
Right,
they don't
but why
like
don't they
them
like their opinions?
Because it doesn't allow them to maintain power and control. This is all about power and control.
My feeling is that they are somehow wrapped up with government in the sense that they are aligned with the woke and they want money to last. I think that it has to do with money. I think Mark Zuckerberg would not absolutely be as powerfully rich as he is unless that was a top tier priority for him.
You psychic right now, if the government was taken over by Republicans, would Mark Zuckerberg stop censoring conservative opinions?
Ooh, that's a really good question. If the government was taken over. And tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
If the government was taken over by Republicans, would Mark Zuckerberg stop censoring? Walking away, right? So walking away from an old relationship or old values or old emotions, with a magician manifesting what he wants. I'm sorry, bottom line, money. And then with the strength card, I think that
I don't believe it for 1 red second.
I would think that he would balance it, but I don't think for 2 seconds you can think that dollar signs not in that man's eyeballs. Everything that he does is based upon money. He would not be so successful if that was not the case. What does he care? He doesn't have a horse in the race. Why would he give a damn whether or not...
He has a whole foundation that funds this shit. He is funding one of the organizations that's putting social emotional learning in schools right now. Social emotional learning is like 10,000 times scarier than CRT.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
But it's still part of this woke lefty infrastructure. Right. So if he doesn't align himself with the woke or the left, he's going to lose money. This makes logical sense, does it not?
I disagree. I think that there was I disagree. We're going to have to agree to disagree on this particular point.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Nick H says, virtual hug, Miss Carlin, chin up and eyes forward. We all walk difficult paths, but don't let what hurts define you. Define yourself by keep getting up. Thank you, Nick. Sin says, Carlin, you have provided a great community that makes me feel not so isolated. Please keep up the good work. It's hard seeing you so down. Thank you, Sin. Alaruni says, so is Dr. K ready to create a fun app to build her helping community? I don't know what that means, Alaruni. I need you to clarify.
I honestly cannot even believe this is a question. Is money Zuckerberg's primary motivation, or is it ideology? Justin White, I appreciate the comment, but it's just so completely fucking logical. Like,
Psychic it. Is money or ideology Zuckerberg's
he doesn't have to. He's a Taurus and he's a multi-billionaire.
Pull the fucking cards, Joshua.
Ridiculous. This is so stupid. This is like saying, is the sky blue, and having a debate about it. You're actually arguing with me on whether or not Zuckerberg cares about money more than ideology? Are you fucking kidding me? Wake up. Like he gives a damn about ideology. He cares about lining his fucking pockets.
Do the cards.
Ridiculous question. My God, you need sleep. This is an argument for not getting the Pfizer vax. This is an argument for it. You're not thinking logically.
You guys thought I was going to be the most spicy thing on the show tonight.
Crazy. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't care about money. He cares about ideology. Okay.
Psychic the question, Joshua.
Okay, so what is Mark Zuckerberg's primary motivation, right?
Yes.
Completely ridiculous. All right, Zuckerberg's motivation. He's a Taurus.
You're gonna get fucking swords in this reading. Mark my words. You're gonna get fucking swords.
What is Zuckerberg's motivation? In regard to everything that he does, the choices that he makes?
Yes.
And tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Okay. Show me the money. Come on, big money.
Why? Oh, you're pulling the cards now.
So Knight of Wands, he's definitely, I think that he's moving forward with things that are, I think he has a vision in mind, probably some other kind of like platform. It's definitely a vision that he has. With King of Cups, it is interesting.
Ha! Ha!
I mean,
he's guided by his emotions.
Right, and he's emotionally attached to money, which is very possible.
You're inferring that. That's biased reading, Joshua. Don't be a biased.
This is Mark Zuckerberg. He is a Taurus who's a multi-billionaire. Do you think you can make billions and billions and billions of dollars without caring about
What's
money?
The last card?
Four of Swords.
Yeah, exactly. Swords, motherfucker.
Swords. This is him resting, thinking about how he can make even more money.
There are no discs in this reading. No discs at all. I just want to point that out.
He has them all.
Discs are about manifesting practical nonsense in the real world. It's about money, and there were no discs in that reading.
Because he has all the money. He doesn't need discs to show up in his reading.
God. Alarudi says, Dr. K, you want us to act and you want us to reach people. So I see a game of sorts of building cooperation and learning. I actually have been thinking about this and releasing it in conjunction with my book. So maybe that's a good way to go to gamify it. Anyway, moving on, Joshua.
Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, we're going to look at his chart. I'll look at his chart at some point. I might come back to you. I will be shocked if we look at his chart and be like, oh yeah, this guy's all heart. All he cares about is making the world a better place.
Justin says there were no discs and Prince of Wands is ideology.
Prince of Wands didn't come up. So shame on you, Justin. It was King of Wands.
It's totally different, Joshua. Totally different.
Yeah, totally different. Anyway, Taurus loves luxury. Doesn't need anything. Yeah. We'll see.
Right.
We'll find out. We're gonna run his chart, and if I see a lot of cups in that chart, then I will be a copa.
Moving on. We will look at Mark Zuckerberg's chart next week, and then we will argue some more. Cyrus Cherry wants to know: will Hollywood ever be as influential as they used to be?
Politically?
Yes.
They used to be more influential than they are now?
I don't know.
Well, let's look at it as will
You're
Hollywood.
gonna love Patrice's question coming up, by the way.
Okay. So the question is, though,
will Hollywood ever be as influential as they used to be?
Okay, we'll look at it since we don't know whether or not like
they've actually been influential before.
Right. I mean, it's a hard question to pose that way. I think it's going to be more a matter of will Hollywood have more influence in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
Politically. And tell me when I should stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Okay, let's see.
Spent too much time arguing. We gotta go into rapid
I'm
fire
still
now.
upset about you not agreeing with me on Mark Zuckerberg, which is completely
Sometimes
wrong.
we can agree to disagree, Joshua.
Apparently, we're going to have to.
I'm upset that you didn't read the cards correctly. You inserted bias into your reading.
Well, yes, because I have a responsibility to interpret facts. Facts!
You're providing alternate facts, Joshua. Anyway, Hollywood.
This is weird. So no, I don't think that they will be. With Seven of Swords, it's all completely screwed up. This is the like getting away with things. This is my argument, right? Remember how you said a few weeks ago that if you have a lot of money, it doesn't make really any sense to not be conservative leaning, right?
Yeah.
So this is them lying because, they're picking up these Oscars and trashing Trump. It's all bullshit. They're doing what they need to do in order to line their pockets and get the next movie deal. I would do the same thing. Why not? With Page of Cups, I think that there's, more of like an openness. But with the Hangman, it's the opposite. So it's sort of like, I think that they're splitting their energy. Like they have these different ideologies in regard to, how they feel about things, but they're not being able to be forthright. So what happens is you're in an in-between stage, right? So it's like, I'm really conservative, but I have to put on this pretense in which I'm, woke and liberal. So I don't think that they're going to have more influence because I don't think they're legitimately as woke as they'd like to pretend they are. You know what I mean?
All right.
It's almost like if you're pretending to do something, your energy is not 100% behind it, right?
Right.
So no, I don't think they're going to be influential. No.
All right. Thank you. M169 says, much love to you. Head up, shoulders back, and give them hell. You're excellent at it. I'll back you all the way. Thank you, M169. I appreciate it. Jared says, you have a vision unlike most, and you have opened people's eyes. Unfortunately, you can't always motivate or encourage because people follow their own paths. Your energy isn't wasted, just shifted. Thank you so much, Jared. Dragonwater says, oh God, super chat jump. Oh God, I don't know how the hell we're going to get through all these. Best wishes. Thank you, Dragonwater. Ben says, just tuned in. Dr. K, if you cover other subjects than politics, I'll still watch. I've been watching about 60% of Joshua's channel's videos.
Ooh,
that's good to know.
I'm glad to hear that. That's really good. I'm probably going to go live tomorrow. Stay tuned.
So Patrice wants to know, will people be able to get bionic eyes before I die in my lifetime? I really want bionic robo eyes. Will we be able to get bionic eyes, Joshua?
What are bionic eyes?
Like fake eyes that are super powerful and like a machine, and we can give us perfect, super powerful vision.
Within the next 50 years?
Yeah.
And tell me when to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Bionic eyes. I'll take bionic eyes for 200, Alex. There's definitely going to be advancements, right? With the Sun card, I can see clearly now, right?
Oh.
Right. But then you have the Two of Discs, so it's about balance, and I think that really, the concern is, the dangers that go along with them. So I think that you're going to get. There's the big message that I get. There's a lot more advancements that they have made, but they're not capable of going forward with them because they might be dangerous. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Too much neuroses are attached to it. So you'll get some advancements in terms of eyes. I don't know if they'll be bionic per se, but definitely advancements over the next 50 years. Yeah.
Cool. Paul wants to know, are woke corporations contributing to the Great Resignation and therefore losing their competitive advantage?
From the top?
Are woke corporations contributing to the Great Resignation and therefore losing their competitive advantage?
Oh, okay. So, okay, can we look at it as how are the woke doing in the marketplace, or what does it look like they're going to be doing? Does that make sense?
How are woke corporations doing in the marketplace?
And how will they continue to do? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Okay. Ooh, interesting. So there is success. There has been success. There's going to be more success, but with the Moon card, things are subject to change, right? And then with King of Swords, I do think there's going to be more of like a logical, aspect to it, more of a justice. This guy is, astrologically Libra, so I think that things are going to shift. So I think that there was more success, and there is more success now than there's going to be in the future, if that makes sense.
All right.
Luckily, we got King of Swords, so there's more balance. Yeah.
Cold Summer 91 wants to know, will the California school walk protest be successful?
California school
walk protest.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Okay, so there's a California walk school. Does anybody want to elaborate on that? Like what that is?
California school walk protest. I have no idea.
Okay. What is the fate of the California school walk protest?
Yes.
Let's see. And tell me when to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Okay.
It's when parents and students walk out of California schools to protest a vaccine mandate.
Oh, look, they're walking away.
Oh, look at that. They're walking away.
With the Lover's card, it's going to open up more dialogue and debate. And then with the Queen of Swords, there's going to be, more logic. So I think that it's going to open up more conversations. Are they actually going to make a big change after the walk? No. But I think that it's going to open up more dialogue and debate, and it's going to get more important people interested and then communicating about it. So I think it's a good step.
Okay. Joshua, do you have a little extra time tonight to go through some of these super chats?
Yeah, let's do it. Since I went on a tear about my correctness on Mark Zuckerberg being a Taurus who only cares about money, which I think is pretty logical.
I'm gonna let you have that because you're committing extra time. Sin would like to know, what new subject can I turn my attention to not be so cranky? She didn't say that cranky bit. What new subject can I turn my attention to, Joshua?
Can you or Sin?
Me.
Oh, okay.
Me.
My smile. Let's see. What subject can you turn your attention to be less cranky, happier? And tell me when I should stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
King of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. Okay. So King of Cups, there might be somebody who embodies this. This is somebody like older, established, emotional in nature. Maybe it's even backing this person, this King of Cups character. He might be in politics. Then you get the Ace of Wands. So you need like something fresh, like a brand new thing. And then you got Ace of Cups. You get two aces. So two aces in a reading typically have to do with like new partnerships. And of course the aces talk about, a new beginning. And this is the perfect time for it with the full moon in Aries, especially with all these planets have been retrograde and now we're just full steam ahead. So I think that it's about aligning with, I think there's somebody that you're going to really, really like on the political stage is my guess, or somebody who's a little bit high up there, King of Cups type person. And then with the two aces, yeah, it's about starting a new beginning in that regard.
All right. I have an idea of what that might be, but we'll see We'll see. Dragon Water says, Carlin, is the show cursed tonight? No, the show is not cursed.
Why would it be cursed? We're doing a great job on the show. Just because I'm right about something and you're wrong, it doesn't mean it's a bad show.
Kaden O'Connor says, will the Supreme Court rule in favor of the plaintiffs in the case New York, I don't know what this is, New York State RPA versus Corlett? It's a case centered around the right to bear arms in public. So will the Supreme Court rule for the plaintiffs in this case to bear arms in public?
Okay. So in the case, how about what's the fate of
what is the fate of this Supreme Court case around bearing arms in public?
Okay, so it's the right who wants to bear arms in public, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how will the right, I'm just trying to switch this around. So how will the right feel about the Supreme Court case about bearing arms in public?
Yes.
How will they feel about the verdict, right?
Yes.
And I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Page of Pentacles. I don't think they're going to be. I think there's going to be, some laws that they do like in regard to it. With the Valor card, they're on uneven ground, as you know, with this card. I think with the Four of Cups, they're going to be sort of like math. So I doubt they're going to be getting open carry. I doubt it. I'd be very surprised.
All right. Yeah. John Clark says the Dead Sea Scrolls Copper Scroll was decoded. Will Israel dig up the gold treasures discovered buried at Qumran? I don't know what that is. Will Israel dig up gold treasures as prophesized in the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Oh, okay. Will Israel dig up what? What is it again? Gold?
Gold treasures.
And tell me when I should stop shuffling.
Stop.
Will Israel dig up gold treasures? Valor. No.
Heartbreak.
No. However, there is wealth here. So they have wealth in other areas, but I don't think it's gold in the sense of gold treasures.
All right. Lori J wants to know, how long will we suffer this food/supply shortage and how bad will it get?
We have a food shortage?
Oh, yeah.
Where?
Every major supply chain shortage, man.
Oh, I had no idea. I'm eating fine. I'm eating a lot lately.
Wow. How do the shelves at the supermarket look?
Stocked.
Really?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, good.
So will we continue to have a food shortage? Is that correct?
Yeah, like the supply chain crisis.
Okay, so what's the future of the short-term future of the supply chain crisis? And tell me when I should stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Okay. Future of the supply. Prudence, wealth, temperance. There's not. Yeah, I don't know what supermarket. What supermarket are you going to?
I don't go to the supermarket. I get too much DoorDash.
You get your groceries delivered.
No, I do actually, yeah. But no. There's this is legit. There are freaking cargo ships that are like just parked outside of major ports, and all their stuff is not going anywhere. They're just sitting there waiting to deliver their stuff.
Yeah. Well, we got the wealth card.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. Prudence is happening, so they might not be unloading all their cargo, right? They're being prudent. And then with the wealth card, I don't think if there's an issue now, I don't think it's going to continue. And then with the temperance card, very positive. I wouldn't worry about it. So you got a lot of toilet paper, you don't have to buy any more.
I did make Victor buy extra toilet paper the other day. Just in case, because it'll never go to waste. It's toilet paper. It is what it is.
It's true.
Armani V wants to know, will American culture soon again become exciting, innovative, and optimistic?
American cultures?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very that's a very, very subjective question. Like,
okay, well, let's ask this next question then. We're rapid fire.
Okay.
Will we resume going all out for Halloween and Christmas? Is what he really wants to know.
All out, right?
All out, like normal.
And I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Okay. Certainly not all out. This is like defensiveness, protectiveness, right? Then we have the moon. Things are, a little bit, changing, confusing. And then with the Valor card, no. I mean, some people are going to go all out, but like, for instance, California, I haven't even heard about the Halloween parade, but I'd be shocked if they had it. You know what I mean? So
you used to get all fancy for Halloween.
I used to. But I think that I went to the Halloween parade here in West Hollywood like a few times, like 3. After the 4th time, you're sort of over it. You know what I mean? It's like It's a little bit much, especially now. I don't think they're going to have it anyway. So,
all right, let's see. Risa Cord says, "Is the rumor true that Nancy Pelosi is going to retire after she passes the infrastructure bill?"
When's the infrastructure bill going to be passed?
Well, I think soon, they hope.
Will Pelosi retire after she passes the infrastructure bill? And I'm going to stop shuffling.
Stop.
After she passes the infrastructure. Victory, Wheel of Fortune, Hierophant. I'd be surprised. I think they're going to have to take her out feet first.
Yeah, probably. All right, just a few more. Aaron says, will multiple spiritual cultures battle soon?
Multiple spiritual cultures battle soon. And I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Empress, Knight of Cups. I don't think so at all. No. We got
Excellent.
Abundance and unconditional love, understanding. No.
Dragonwater says, Carlin, you're making me think about swords having sexual relations now. I'm sorry, Dragonwater, but mount that like button while you're thinking about it. And our last question for tonight from Patrice.
Hi, Patrice.
Does Zuckerberg work for aliens?
Oh, okay. And so I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop. It's a perfect question to end on, I think.
I think so.
After this chaos. Oh, we just got another one.
Hermit, Magician. I think that probably with the Hermit card, there's definitely like some deeper meaning, right? That he's looking for with the Magician. I don't think he works for them. I don't think that he's employed by them. But I think that there might be some communications. Whether he follows those communications or not, I don't know.
All right. We've got a last minute follow-up. No more, guys. Lori J, will Pelosi pass the infrastructure bill? So will the dang bill actually pass?
What is the fate of the infrastructure bill? Oh, I know what you mean. Okay. What is the fate of the infrastructure bill? And I'm going to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
5 of Swords, 4 of Discs, the Lovers. Yeah, I think it's going to get passed. Most likely.
Good.
Would be really.
Yay.
Good?
No.
Oh. Because look what we got. Look what we got, Carlin.
Shifty guy.
Shenanigans. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. We should have ended on the alien question.
Next time.
Next time. All right, guys. Well, that's all we have for tonight. Joshua, thank you for staying a couple extra minutes because, both of us went on tears tonight, so it was necessary. It was our fault. It was our fault. It was really my fault because I'm supposed to be keeping the time. Guys, we do this every Tuesday night at 9:30. If you want to connect with Joshua for a private reading or anything of that sort, he's at psychicsun.com. His link is down there in the description somewhere. We'll see you guys next week. That's all we have.
Bye.
Bye.